Hi, friends. Welcome to Tabletop tonight. It is Maker Monday. What is Maker Monday? Glad you asked, Ruel. Maker Monday is a monthly program here that we're doing on the channel where I get to hang out with the amazing Mark Streed from the Dice Tower, and we're going to make
Hey,
stuff. Hey, Mark,
how's it
how are
going?
you, my friend?
Oh, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. It is a bit wet out here in Southern
Yeah,
California these days, but
that's
I'm trying to
something we
stay
need to talk
dry.
about.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you staying dry and are you staying safe? I've heard a lot of stories of craziness with the rain.
Yeah, it is a little crazy out here. Thankfully, we've managed to dodge most of the craziness, and that's why Maker Monday is perfect because we have to stay indoors and do cool things like build Lego, right?
Right.
Uh, Mark, I want to thank you. This is the first time I have you on my stream, and I'm really
Yeah.
excited. We got to know each other over the last year through
Yeah.
conventions and just Facebook chat and stuff.
Yep.
You've got a lot of great stories. I'm just going to ask you. We'll just start from the beginning, sort of. Let's talk about how you got into board game content creation.
Oh, wow. Okay. So the funny thing is so about 10 years ago, when before Tom had like a big crew, you had Dan King and a couple others doing stuff here and there. And he put out this board game breakfast where he said, "Hey, if you want to do reviews, let me know." So I sent him an email and copied my co-host at the time, Randy, and said, "Sure, we would like to do that." So he's like, "Okay, well, I'd have to see something." So Randy and I threw something together. We came up with a name, Board Game Corner, which I still have, but I'm primarily Dice Tower now. So,
Mhm.
but the thing is that we threw this video together. It was for Walk the Plank. And it was, being the first time, and you can still go watch this video. It is up. We
Oh,
thought it
nice.
was going to be a demo video, not one that was used, but Tom just posted it.
Nice.
So that's what started all our content creation around board games. And the thing is that Randy and I chatting about games was just something we were doing regularly on a Friday anyway for years. So and I've been playing games, board game, video game, everything since the 70s to date
Mhm.
myself. I played D&D with the Red Book D&D,
Wow.
yeah.
Nice.
And back then,
I know what you're
as
talking about, so that dates me as well. So
you're right. And the funny thing about that is that as a kid, right, your big adventure for D&D was let's fight some more orcs.
yep. Right.
And there was some great modules. Some of those ones, especially like in Ready Player One, those modules that they talk about,
Yep.
I played all of those.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So,
I
but
know exactly what you're
as
talking
far
about.
as
That's great.
board games go, my very first board game that I bought with my own money was Awful Green Things from Outer Space, and it was in the middle of I can't remember the magazine, but it was in the middle of the magazine. You had to cut out all the pieces and all that,
Oh,
and then later that came out into a box set that I got just because it was like the first.
yeah.
Um,
Oh, that's interesting.
but it was things like Shogun and
Yep.
what's the other one?
Axes and
Oh,
allies or
yeah, Axis and Allies, Shogun, played a bunch of that.
okay.
And the original Dark Tower, I didn't own it, but my buddy did, my
Yep.
from school, and we played a bunch of that from the original game. So I
Yeah.
can't get over how excited I am about the new Dark Tower because it was. If I had a Grail game, Dark Tower was definitely it because I asked for it. Christmas, birthday, never got it.
But now that you're all grown up,
So
you get to get your own
now I
copy,
get
and
now I
yeah,
get the big copy. And
I
and the thing
love
is
it.
it's turned into I didn't expect it. Dark Towers turned into a family favorite. My wife, daughter, they want to play it all the time.
I
So
love that. That's so cool. That is awesome. Friends, by the
yeah.
way, you're watching us on YouTube. We're recording this live on Twitch. We're going to be doing this live on Twitch once a month, and then we pour it over to YouTube. You could also catch this in podcast form as well. We're going to get to know Mark Street right now from the Dice Tower. So, he's known for, board games, but also, Mark, you've done a lot of cool stuff in the past. You've got this really great past, all these great stories,
Yeah.
whether it's like all kinds of nerdery stuff. Like, I feel like you've hit
Yes.
like the nerdery jackpot, my friend.
I
Can you
Yeah, it's
if you
true.
could share a couple of those stories, I'd love
Yeah,
to hear them. And
definitely.
yeah.
So I went to school for photography. That's my background. My degrees in photography, occupational studies in photography. And while I
Mhm.
was in Denver going to the Colorado Institute of Art, I discovered that the Star Trek, the official fan club, they were local to Denver, even though they were licensed by Paramount and all that.
Mhm.
So I used them for a photojournalism assignment. And I was there at the studio when they got the 25th anniversary Star Wars jackets in. So they also did Star Wars Lucasfilm Fan Club magazine. And so I was there, and I got to have my very first photo credit. I took a picture of the jacket for him. It was the first time I had a byline in anything. It was amazing. So it was
Nice.
it was funny about that with Star Trek and everything I did there. I was always behind the camera, and now I'm in front of the camera. So it's kind of a weird shift. But uh, but I went to conventions. I took pictures. You know, as time went on, I got to doing more and more with the magazine. And my good friend Dan Matson was the present publisher of the magazine, and he's gone on to do other things now, like publicist for Ashley Eckstein. I got to know and meet a lot of the cast members from Star Trek. I got to be
Yes.
on set for Next Gen, DS9, Voyager. I got to be on set for Back to the Future Part 2 because we did Back to the Future fan club magazine. And
So
it just,
cool.
the thing about the sets in general, I would say back then I got to do, you know, DS9 was the most impressive set, huge soundstage.
Really?
And when you moved into it, you felt like you were on the promenade. It wasn't compartmentalized. Like Enterprise was all compartmentalized.
Yep.
You know, the hallways that don't go anywhere. This is the bridge set. Here's the battle bridge set. You know, but the DS9 was, everything was connected, and it was like you were there. It was
That's
so
cool.
incredibly impressive. I was just blown away. And you know,
Were you able
being
to,
that I
so
was,
like between scenes, were you able to like walk around on set? Did they
oh
allow
yeah,
that? Oh, that's
yep.
cool.
I got
Oh man.
to hang out with all the cast and meet everybody, and we did some
Nice.
behind the scenes like interviews, and I did photos, and then I took my wife on our honeymoon to LA, and so I took her to the sets of Next Gen while we were out
Nice.
there doing all that kind of stuff. So she got to be on set for that too, and did all the things: stand on the transporter platform, sit on the bridge, you know, all that kind of fun stuff.
Oh,
So
that's so awesome. Amazing.
so many. So I worked from 87 to 95 basically, doing stuff with the magazine and working with Dan. And Dan is now, I mean, he turned into be lifelong friend. I've known Dan longer than I've known my wife. And
Oh,
he's
wow.
become, he's become an uncle. Him and his wife become an aunt and uncle to my kids. And
Uh-huh.
and then, you know, because of Dan, I got to do so many different things. Like we took the kids to Disney World, and Ashley Eckstein, who's a Sokatano, she took
Mhm.
us around Disney, hung out with us all day, her and her husband.
So
We
cool.
It was so fun, and
I
it
love it.
just made my kids were just blown away. It was just such a good time. So
Amazing.
I got to
Amazing.
do so many neat things like that because of the magazine. And then, you know, fast forward, Dan and I kept in touch. I kept in touch with actors and friends, the writers and shows, and it just kind of blossomed into other things where now I have like Eddie McClintock from Warehouse 13. He's a good friend of mine, and
Mhm.
I've got to do shows and different things with him. He directed his first movie, and we flew out to San Diego for the red carpet premiere. It was just
Yeah.
incredibly fun.
I remember seeing the pictures on Facebook. I was like, look at Mark. He's on the red carpet. Like,
Carpet.
how fun was that experience? I mean, that's got to,
That it was totally surreal, right? I
yeah.
mean, you just don't, and it's a little like indie type film, but you know, it
Yeah.
still was a big deal. They have this huge reception, the full red carpet, press there, all the things you'd expect, and then it was so big that it was in two different buildings. So you had another red carpet that you walk into the theater to watch the film and so forth. So it was pretty amazing. And then afterwards, I got to go. We got to go and hang out with the main cast and Eddie, obviously, and
Yeah.
have dinner and just it was just the most amazing time. So the fact that I have friends in the industry, I'm like Hollywood adjacent on so many things.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then, you know, working with like folks like Becca Scott on, I got to
Yeah.
go to Burbank and work on set at Geek and Sundry when they were still there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that to feel like you're the talent is such a weird shift for me, going
Yeah.
behind the camera to the front of the camera. And then I've gotten, because of going to conventions and being now, there was a local convention called Starfest, and
Mhm.
I used to work it for the magazine. Well, first I was a fan in high school, and then I worked it for the magazine, and then I got to be a guest because of being with the Dice Tower. So I was
Okay.
there as a guest at the same time Peter Macon was there, and we hung out. Peter Macon is Bortus on the Orville. So he became a good friend, and
Nice.
he invited me out to the set of the Orville. I spent a whole day on set with the main cast, Seth MacFarlane,
Yep.
everybody. And Seth is such a huge Star Trek fan that we got talking about that I worked for the magazine. and he was just like, wow. And so the whole day, all these really fun things happened. Like
Nice.
props came in. There was a grenade prop, and he's like, Mark, come here. He's like, what do you think? I think this grenade should be like 20% bigger. I'm like, oh yeah, 20% easy.
Nice.
So many great moments like that. But I got to literally just be there through the whole experience of them filming in a day. And, like the Star Trek stuff, the sets, we were there for a couple hours or something. But this was Orville. I was on there from like 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. hung out. And the thing about the Orville sets, obviously there's been a lot of years since Star Trek sets and so forth of the old shows. But man, the Orville sets are incredible. It's fully realized, like the spiral staircase, if you know the show, it's actually connected to the lower decks. And you go down, there's medical, all the different quarters, and like the whole side of the ship with the curved hallway actually connects to things. And like their version of 10 forward is all down there. And then you go up the stairs, and right off the stairs is the ready room and the bridge and a couple other rooms that they can use for various things. And in the back, down that hallway, that you always see from the bridge down, there's a big room back there for things, and then around the corner is kind of where it ends. But it's just so amazing. And the only part of the ship that's separate is engineering, because it is so huge. So
okay.
Yeah. So, and then I got to see a bunch of the off-world sets. And at the time when I was there, I couldn't say anything, but they had the new fighter that they premiered in this new season. So I got to check that out. But all because I made contacts at a convention with Peter, and it just worked out because I had been working with Becca at Geek and Sundry, and then the next day went and hung out at at the Orville and so forth. So
so cool.
It's just awesome, right? I don't know how a guy from Colorado has made all this happen, but somehow.
I think it's just it's such a cool, it's a testament to your character, my friend. You are well loved in this industry for good reason. You do great stuff, but you're just like, we've gotten to know each other. I'm like, man, I think we first met actually in was it Nashville, Tennessee? We met at the that shoot that we did for Ivy Studio, right? Yeah. And I just like, I'd watched you before for, a long time on Dice Tower. Like, just getting to know you was like, oh, Mark is such a nice guy, a cool guy.
Thank you.
And then we discovered we have a shared love of Legos as well.
Yes.
Which is cool. So why don't we go on? Let's get ready to build Legos. We're going to continue talking about this, but let's move on to our Lego scene here. Folks, we've got a couple of sets of Legos we're going to be doing, hanging out here and chatting and doing Legos. Let's get that over on screen. And there we are. We've got 2 Star Wars Lego sets, folks.
Yes, we do.
Mark, what are you building today, my friend?
I have the TIE Bomber, and you inspired me to get this, actually.
Oh, really?
Because you said you were thinking about building the TIE Fighter. I'm like, oh, well, I should get that new TIE Bomber then.
Yeah. So you got the TIE Bomber, I got the TIE Fighter. Because last year I had built Luke Skywalker's X-Wing, and no X-Wing is complete without a TIE Fighter, of course. So that's why I'm getting this. I seriously, folks, I just got this last night. I went to my local Target.
You had to swim to your local Target.
I swam there. And, I felt so bad for the kid that had to bring it out. We did the drive-up service. I always drive up at Target. And I was like, oh my gosh, I felt so bad. But hey, we got it. It's all good. We are here. We're building Legos. Why don't we, we'll open up our boxes, Mark, and start, the process. Let everyone see what we've got.
All the things.
And while we're doing this, can you talk a little bit about how long, as kids, of course, we love Legos, but as an adult, when did you get back into Legos? Or have you always been into Legos?
So I've been into Legos forever. So, it's just a thing. That's always a thing. And I should have probably cut this tape before.
It's always an adventure.
Yeah, and people like to save their Lego boxes, but I don't generally do that. So.
Yeah. I did save my Lego box for the R2-D2. I have that. R2-D2.
There are exceptions for sure. Like I have the giant Millennium Falcon box.
Yeah.
So.
That's the one I really. Do you have the Death Star? Did you build the Death Star?
I did not. So
that's the one I'd love to build.
I would like to have built the Death Star.
Okay. So friends in chat, hang out with us. If you're building Legos, let us know. Again,
Yeah,
YouTube
definitely.
viewers, we are filming this live on Twitch. So if you'd want, join us sometime, friends. I'm going to drop in the chat right now. Join our Discord. This is a channel for this show, Maker Monday. And we also have a Lego channel in the Discord where we share Legos and what we're doing. Folks who are watching on YouTube, the show notes will have those links. But my box has 3 bags. I've got 3 bags here.
I have 4 bags.
Okay. And yeah, we'll just separate these out and just build and chat.
So are you a big separate all the pieces guy first?
I am. So thankfully, our friends at X Trays, Lucky Duck Games, they do these things called X Trays, folks. These are perfect for Legos. So I like to separate stuff, and
I am not a big, other than like just open the bag and dump it out, and then I'm always hunting and searching for pieces, right?
Yeah. Here's this.
And it's also worth mentioning that a board game table that's recessed is also the perfect table for doing Legos. It's just awesome.
That is correct. Okay. So I've got some dust here. Let me get this off the table.
I think, let's see here.
Roller.
So it's also, the fact that I get to do what I do for the Dice Tower as like my job is pretty amazing.
It's pretty cool.
Despite all the things I've done with the Hollywood folks, I feel like the Dice Tower thing is just, I feel so incredibly lucky, and I just love it. It's the best job I've ever had, hands down.
Absolutely. So, yeah, same. The stuff that I'm very fortunate that I get to do this. We get to be geeks for a living, Mark. I mean, how cool is that?
It's so cool.
Now, why isn't I'm trying to get the my rule book or my instruction manual up on the screen, but it's not working. Weird.
That is weird.
Why is this?
So right out of the gate, they have me building Vader and some other.
Nice.
And I got to find his helmet. There it is.
So
what has been your favorite Lego build so far?
So I've only since I got back into it, I've only built the R2D2 and the X-wing, Luke's X-wing, and they were both they were both incredible. The R2D2 one. So my friends in Discord, they surprised me at Dice Tower West. I talked about Lego a bit, and then someone in actually friend Patrick in Discord, he secretly gathered a bunch of people in Discord, and they chipped in and they bought me the R2D2 Lego. And they surprised me at Dice Tower West, and I was so blown away. I mean, I was literally like in tears, Mark. It was such
that is amazing.
Yeah, such a nice thing for them to do.
I love that.
Yeah, I was so blown away, and I still get a little choked up about it. It was like the kindest gesture ever.
That's just so cool.
Yeah, and so Michelle and I, we did that on live stream. We did that together, and it was so much fun. And right then, Michelle and I were like, "Yep, we're gonna be doing this from now on. This is our new hobby." So
nice.
Let's see what I got. I've got the little TIE fighter pilot. I'm building him and got a wing ready, getting ready here. So let's see.
And I got to do his lightsaber too.
Okay.
I love all the minifigs so much. I'd really like to get, actually, as much as I want to add at the Cantina set has many cool minifigs, and it's actually a lot cheaper.
Is it really?
It's like half the price almost of.
That's right. That AT-AT's like $800 or some crazy amount, right?
It's a really kind of crazy, but for the Falcon. Because we were sponsored by Lego, I got for free, which was pretty phenomenal.
Talk about that a little bit. How did that come about? You're working for Caffeine TV at the time, right?
Caffeine.tv. I was just doing it kind of streams here and there, doing board game stuff. And then I thought, well, why not do some Lego stuff too? That would be pretty awesome. Mm-hmm. So we did that, and I got to know all the folks at the the Dungeon Run. I love the Dungeon Run. Those guys. So many neat people. Just again, because of what I get to do, I got to go out to set for the dungeon run for one of their shows when Jeff
Oh,
Kanata was still doing it. I got to hang out all show and be there.
yeah.
It was so cool.
They're
And I was
so
there for like,
talented.
they
Yeah.
are so talented, and I love.
Right.
They're just become good friends. So
That's
I'm
cool,
really
Mark.
lucky.
Did you
Yeah.
get to meet Katie Michaels?
Yes, Katie Michaels, and you've met Jake, right? Because
Yeah, Jake. Oh yeah. You know Jake, right? Jake Michaels, her husband. They're
Yep.
good friends of ours as well. We she just had a baby, right?
Yes, I sent them a bunch of stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's so tiny.
So,
Yeah. Michelle and I just a few weeks ago we had brunch with Jake and Katie, and we got to meet their new baby. Super
oh,
cute.
nice.
Yeah, we had a wonderful brunch. They're just lovely people.
I need to come out and just hang out.
Yeah.
Do stuff. But
So friends,
working with Jake,
Mark's got the cool cam. You got the
Yeah.
cool camera. You got to zoom in and everything. That was great.
Yes. And I got to work with Jake at Geek and Sundry, when we did stuff for Game.
Oh, that's right. So, yeah.
That's how I got to meet Jake.
Yeah, that's where I first got to know Jake as well, through Becca, of course.
Yep.
Just a really good guy. And we actually, we started playing Twilight Imperium together. He's the one that got me into that game.
Yeah.
It was always like a bucket list games, and he invited me one time, and ever since then, oh man, I love it.
It's like one of his favorite games.
Yeah, and he's so good at it. Like I always tell people, don't play with Jake. I mean, play with him, but don't, because he always wins our games. He's so good at that game. So I built my TIE Fighter pilot. I'm looking for the little gun. Oh, it's in here. Okay, it's in there's another bag.
All right. Trying to position a little bit here. And then I think I'll zoom in a little bit more.
Cool. Again, for folks join us on YouTube, thank you for watching. We are filming this live on Twitch right now, and we have our friends watching on Twitch, so you can watch as well. Next time we do this, we're going to be doing this once a month, and our buddy Legend says, my favorite Lego builds last year was Shang-Chi, Dragon, the TIE Fighter, and the Ironmonger. Very nice.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. So that makes me, the only other sets that I've built other than Star Wars are, I have the Voltron, which is so cool.
Oh, nice.
The lion version of Voltron. That was a really fun build. Oh my gosh, so good.
How long did that take?
I spent like a half a day on it probably.
Okay.
But I did it in sections though. I tried to stream some of it. So I did it over like 2 streams, basically.
Oh,
okay. over 2-3 hour streams. So maybe 6-7 hours, something like that.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah. Man, I love having the PDF. For folks out there, if you don't already do this, if you have even just putting it up on your iPad or some device, it's so much nicer than paging through the book.
Yeah. And when Michelle and I were doing the R2D2, we had I don't know why it's not working for me right now. It might be, I'm not going to try to figure out. I've got the book here, but yeah, we had it on screen as well, and it was so helpful.
It's just so nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I've got this piece here, and then I've got one of these.
Oh man, I almost messed up already.
Have you ever had one of those big mess ups and had to like redo a big old thing?
Yes, on the Falcon.
Oh no, really?
Like a core part of it that I had to tear back down to.
Oh no.
Because it was one pip off. One.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. A little crazy.
I gotta say, we're close in age, Mark, and I remember Legos back in our day. There was nothing as cool as these Lego sets they have now. I'll tell you from what I remember.
Yeah, there was nothing like this. Yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid, I had all the spacefaring ones, and they brought back some of those, like rehashing them. And I love those as a kid, but those were so amateur in comparison.
Right? Yeah. The builds that they have now are just incredible.
Just so awesome. I just always blown away. And I love the UCS builds, the big ones. Obviously the Star Wars ones that are just so incredibly detailed. So let's see, what do I have left? I have, I built, you can't see it, but over here we have the snow speeder. I've got the
Oh,
TIE
okay.
fighter,
Nice.
the big ones, the TIE fighter, the snow speeder. I got the land speeder, and then the Falcon and Boba Fett's ship as well.
Oh,
So
Slave One. Nice.
Slave One, yes. So I have those all from the big sets, and then I also have, um, oh yeah, what is it? I can't think of the name of it. Oh, it's gonna
Which
drive me
one?
crazy. There's another ship they did. I can't think of it. It's the little ship, the super fast one. Um,
Um, hmm.
it's escaping me totally. Now I'm gonna have to
Anyone
look
in
because
chat know? Let us know in chat if you
it's
can.
gonna drive
Yeah.
me crazy if I don't go look. Let's see. It is. Oh, there it is. It is the. Yep, I found it. The A-wing. A-wing.
The A-wing. Okay, cool.
So I have that big set. I haven't built yet. So
Okay. So that's cool that you have like. Is it all primarily Star Wars that you have, or mainly Star Wars?
primarily.
Okay. Because I feel like that's all I've done so far. I haven't. Although we did do those little ones at Gen Con this year when we were hanging out with Sovereignty.
That was fun.
That was a treat. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I loved. That was one of my favorite days at Gen Con.
Yeah. Folks that don't know, and we got to meet some of the people here in chat, which is great. But at Gen Con, Sovereignty had us. They had me hosting a little meetup where we got to do Legos together. Danny from Sovereignty is a big Lego fan as well. She actually has built the Death Star. I think it was her partner. But yeah,
she was telling me about
awesome.
that. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I totally.
Yeah, they're incredibly nice people.
Yeah, agreed. And Linnea says, I still have your little sign bowl. We built the little bowl at that, and I actually signed it for Linnea's. It's so neat.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so cool. Legend says they made the Dots Art Lego set and learned how to make portraits of people out of Lego. Oh, that is cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've seen that before, and that's like art. That is just amazing. So let me see.
Another thing I got to do with the Lucasfilm fan club talking about games. At that time, LucasArts was still around, so I got to review they sent me a giant box of all the LucasArts video games.
Lucky. That's cool.
So I have articles in the magazine. We reviewed all the different games and so forth. So that was actually my first diving into reviewing games was video games. So for LucasArts of all places.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Yeah. And so, through the years, I worked in various things. I was in marketing forever because I worked for a agency called Wirestone, and we did digital marketing, right? So I was the lead tech for that company and so forth. But
cool.
Yeah, so it's just interesting because all the video stuff and photography is all played into everything I do now. So, and even there, I did a ton of video related stuff. So
that's so neat, man. So your foundation was photography, and then from that it just led to all these other opportunities, right?
Exactly. Yep.
That's awesome. My whole thing was writing. I went to school as an English major. I worked as a technical writer for an aerospace company.
Cool.
Yeah, and that just led to other opportunities, and finally I had a shot at Geek and Sundry as a writer. So I was
nice.
Yeah, it was one of those things, Mark, where it was more behind the scenes type stuff.
Yeah, I get that. Yep.
Yeah, and then eventually, just one day, my editor Terry, who she basically changed my life. She said, "Hey, would you want to be on a show with Becca?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll do Game the Game, sure." And yeah, like you were saying earlier, it's such an interesting thing to go from sort of like behind the scenes to in front of the camera, right?
Right.
And yeah, I turned out I really enjoyed it, and then I started streaming during the pandemic with my family, and led to so many other things. It's really interesting the journey, right?
Yeah, it's really cool, and I miss the pandemic. I'm sure I would have been in LA a lot more than I would have been for that. But on the Dice Tower, we did a ton of really fun chats. So I had Peter Macon from Lorville. He came on to a Dice Tower chat with me.
Oh, cool.
And that was so fun. And we recently did another chat with him I did on another network called MBL, Mark B. Lee Entertainment, basically. He's been around like the convention circuit forever, and he's well known in the fan community. So he has a lot of contacts and stuff, and he does this kind of fun little show. So I asked Peter to come on and be on a show there too.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah. So
how fun is that? That's nice.
But I really enjoyed doing the chats. I did several people like Jessica Cassidy. Jess, she came on.
Oh yeah, Jess is great.
Jess is one of my favorite people.
Nice.
She's just so awesome.
Yeah.
So, and she both her and I built Legos on a stream as well. And we did the Nintendo build for that. So
very nice.
It was so cool.
I would love to do that one. Hey, we've got a great question from Linnaeus. She says, how do you guys store your finished Lego builds? If you have them on shelves, how do you keep them from collecting a ton of dust? LOL.
You have a duster is what you do.
Yeah. I keep mine on my shelf back here, and they do get a little dusty.
I'll have to like next time we get together, I'll take a picture of several of the sets that I have displayed, and you can see I have them all over the basement. I've even have some upstairs on the main level now because there's so many. I need to get more shelves because I'm running out of space.
That's the answer, folks. The answer is always more shelves.
More shelves, always. Board games and Legos. Same problem. And I will say that doing streams with Legos, I have messed up more often than I ever have when I'm off stream.
Of course.
And I think it's because of the chatting, right? You get chatting and you kind of think, oh, I think I'm in the right spot, but no.
Totally. Yeah, I know there's a couple of times Michelle when we were doing the R2D2, it's like, okay, we're done streaming. Then you look at it, it's like, oh man, something's off. And okay, pull this apart, redo it.
Yep.
Okay, so I've got these here.
I love to. So how do you feel about Legos and stickers? I love when they're screen printed. I hate when they're stickers.
Yeah, I'd rather. Yeah, it's new to me. This whole thing is new to me. So I'm like, oh, there's stickers now. I had no idea that was a thing.
Especially for the bigger sets.
Yeah, like putting stuff
on
like
this bomber has a small little piece that's just screen print here. So
okay, cool.
Let's see. Let me see if I can show it off.
Yeah.
Zoom all the way in.
Wow, look at that. Just that one piece, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Slivers is in the house. Hi, Slivers. Our friend Slivers is here. He says, fun fact, Calyx shelves make a great way to store finished Legos. Yes,
they do.
When they're not filled with board games.
Yes. And I generally save the top of my shelves for Legos, and everything board games go inside, except you can't see offset here. I've got a couple Lego sets displayed inside my shelving.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
Okay, so this is 8 of these. I put them 4. Okay, so I'm doing 2 of these here.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of the things, because of what I do for the Dice Towers, just changed my life completely. And I can never thank Tom enough, because he just took me in and gave me a job when I got laid off, and it was
okay.
Yeah, so that all happened. 4 years ago now? Yeah, from my tech job that I had for 20 years, got laid off. The company got bought up, and Tom came in and said, "What do you feel about doing previews?" So I've been doing them all that time. So
nice. Oh, that's cool. It's like
I can't thank him enough. It's changed my life completely.
Yeah, that's great. Talk a little bit more about what you're doing in the Dice Tower. You do previews, Mark? Is that correct?
Yep. Not all. Sorry, I keep saying that. But Ella does some previews as well. So between Ella and I, we do the bulk of them, and it's just the thing I love about previews is the fact that I don't have to rate them. I don't have to, feel like I need to play this game enough that I can review it. I can do like a one shot, play it and give like first impressions, things that I liked. I'm not afraid to say, hey, I like this artwork, or hey,
Yeah.
I liked how this card worked, or like I did Coal Baron, and I love how you mine, use action points to move the elevator down, collect the ore, and then move it back up and move it to the contracts. All that tactile thing in game, I love that so much. So I always will talk about, I really enjoyed this, but the nice thing is that, hey, no mystery. This is a paid preview, yes. And if it looks like something of interest to you, I'm sure they'd appreciate your support. So we never push it. We never say back this game.
Right.
You know, I might be excited. I try to contain my enthusiasm, but I just am excited in general about what I do.
Yeah.
So people will go, oh, you were so excited about that game. I'm saying, well, I just enjoy my job.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so true. You know, it's easy. You know, when you love what you're doing for a living, it's hard to contain the enthusiasm. I hear you 100% on that. And it's like, you know, as you know, we are technically media members, so you try to be, you know, professional about it and so forth. But you know, we're all geeks at hearts, and so it's like, you know, we love it. It's like you're going to share that passion with everyone. So
exactly,
nothing wrong with that.
So, and right up front on all the previews, we've got text, hey, this is a paid preview. And at the end of the video, in my in summary, I always start off with, hey, folks, just a reminder once again, this is a Dice Tower paid preview. So there's just no ambiguity. There's no mystery. And we've done a nice job at the Dice Tower making the clean division between the guys who do reviews and me and Ella who do previews. So I try not to do like reviews just to keep that line, but I think I would like to do a show that maybe I was thinking maybe calling it the Streed View, and just talk in general about things like, oh, hey, I played these games, I really like them, but still not give things a rating, still try to not make it a review, but just make it more general talk about things that I enjoy in the hobby.
Yeah, so, I love the name, the Street View. That's a great name.
Yeah, I think that's what I've settled on. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I think if I do other shows beyond previews, it's going to be that specifically in the Street View.
Nice. So that's great. Let's see. Let's watch it on chat again, folks on YouTube. You're watching this. We are filming this live on Twitch. We've got a great bunch of viewers here. Sliver says, when my kids were less than 10 years old, I would every now and then take a finished Lego set off shelf and completely disassemble them. The boys would be so excited to put it back together when they figured it out. Nice.
Yep.
That is great.
That's awesome. That. And I love comment here. It bothers me that some people think honest reviewers must be negative. Why can't people just be excited or simply point out what others might like? I love that. Yes, 100% agree.
Yeah.
And even if I don't like the game, you know, especially with the previews, it doesn't really come across, I don't think, because I'm still having so much fun doing the video and talking about stuff, right? So it's, you know, I feel like even if I was doing reviews, I would still be like, you know, the game didn't really appeal to me, but I like this aspect of the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would give things like, I hate this. You know, I don't think I would do that.
Yeah. That's not my jam either. It's just not in me. Like you know, you can tell when I'm not into a game. I'm sure you can. It's like, it's not for me, but it doesn't mean it's not for someone else.
Exactly.
And, I've never been a fan of like, hey, I'm gonna trash this game. I was like, you know what?
Right.
It's just not my personality. It's really, you know, you can tell if a game's for you or not for you just by looking at the, say, like the mechanisms or the theme. You can sort of figure it out. Like, I don't need someone to tell me, well, this game sucks or whatever. You know, it's like, just give me the lowdown. I can figure it out myself, you know?
And, you know, it's something you really figure out along the way too, because you see how others react to games that you don't like. And you're like, oh, well, there's some valid there because they're enjoying themselves. So I shouldn't be like, this is terrible.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I never understood that as well. Like why people, well, I mean, you know, different shows for different folks, I guess, you know.
Sure.
If that's your style of review, more power to you. One thing I will say about that sort of like negative vibe, like, if you bring that to your channel or whatever, I think that really it's sort of, I don't know if the word is infect, but it does sort of infect your community, you know, because if that's who's talking and that who has, you know, if that's who has the loudest voice in your community, then I think it's going to poison your community. And like,
I agree.
It can affect it, you know, and I'm not a fan of it, you know.
And then your videos just turn into clickbait at that point. Right?
Yeah, like that's so not my jam. I'm
No,
so like, there's enough clickbait as there is, on the internet.
exactly.
Why do we need to add
Why
to
do
it?
you need that?
Yeah.
So I really hope none of my videos ever have that kind of thing. I don't want to be part of that. You
Yeah.
know?
I don't think they have, from what I've seen at least. I don't think they are clickbaity at all. But
Yeah, I try to keep it just like, hey, this is a preview.
yeah. Having said
Um,
that, I know there are some content creators that are sort of clickbaity, and
oh yeah,
not my thing. You do you, boo, is how I would say
you
it. It's
do
just, not my
exactly.
jam.
It's just not in my world to be like that.
Yeah,
And
same.
and I understand that those kinds of things do drive a lot of views sometimes, but
Yeah,
that's not what I'm after.
same. I definitely appreciate that, Mark. Well, I cannot find this piece. Where's this piece?
The hunt for I'm sure I'm missing it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. It's like, oh, it's been in front of my face the whole time.
Yep.
Because this one's, it's got, how they like sort of sometimes they'll do like different colors.
Yes.
Yeah, which is smart, but
yeah, especially for the build.
Yeah, I think it's this one. I don't know. Now am I just guessing?
And it's like, it's that whole thing about it. Well, if it had been a snake, it would have bit me.
Exactly.
Because there it is, clearly right in front of me.
Yep.
All the time.
Yeah, Linnaeus, a great point. It's important to be critical, but that doesn't necessarily mean negative. So true.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind, even in a preview, I might say, this card combo didn't really work for me, but if you try these card combos, something like that.
Yep, totally. And Slivers is great. Same here, Slivers. I've done the same thing. He says there are some larger board game content creators on YouTube I have unsubbed to as they were too fond of clickbait and controversial opinions. Yeah.
Yep.
I not without naming names, there have been one or two that I've been pretty disappointed in. Like,
same,
knowing that they're going this clickbait route. It's like, why? You do good stuff already. Like,
yep,
they're after those almighty numbers, and I get it.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just not for me.
Not for me. Yep, 100% agree.
I mean, we're sitting here doing Legos, Mark. Come on now.
Yeah, right.
This is not clickbait.
Not clickbait. Well, for those who love Lego, they,
Yeah, that's true. I guess if we wanted to clickbait,
but really the clickbait comes in when it's like controversial. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, I could, when this goes to YouTube, I could name this, hey, you'll never believe what Mark said about Lego, click here.
That's right. That would be exactly the way you would do that.
Oh, man. Or tune in for the dish on the Orville from Mark Streed,
That's right. Tune in for the dish from the Orville. So funny. Oh my, you may not know this, but Peter, I found out via our last chat that he is working currently in Australia on the new Planet of the Apes movie.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. So I'm super excited.
Apes. Wow.
He couldn't really tell me a lot, even though I said I won't say anything.
It'll just be us and our friends on the internet. That's all.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, now I put this piece in backwards. So
oh no.
Good.
Yep, here we are. This is what happens when you do it live, friends.
That's right.
Here it is. The most controversial Lego build ever. You'll never believe what happened. That is perfect clickbait, Linnaeus.
That is so right. So hilarious.
Oh, love it. Okay, so this has got to go
now
here.
where did this piece go? I think it was here.
Uh-oh. I was supposed to 1, 2. You're in trouble when you start counting pieces.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's where I'm at right now. Okay, one of these.
I obviously did something wrong here. Okay.
Oh, here it is. I had it in the little X-tray for a reason. I knew it was going to come in handy. So
okay.
Here.
I think.
It's one of those little thingies. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, Silver, thank you for the kind words. Silver says, I do think Lego streams are best done cooperatively, as the conversation flows much easier as you build. Love this stream. Thank you, friend.
Agree. I did several, like I said, on my own, but it was just never as much fun because you start to concentrate and then you stop looking at chat, or you don't have someone to bounce things off of. It's so much
Totally.
better with a couple people. So
Yep. Brian Ashman talked about, we were talking about negative reviews earlier. He said, even with Deal with the Devil, Tom and company didn't like it, but had positive things to say about it. Yeah,
right,
there's totally a way to be constructive in your criticism. Absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah. Foster the Meeple's in the house. Hello, Foster Meeple. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you here.
Yeah, good to see you. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah. Oh, this is another great title for this video. The Lego video they don't want you to see.
Yes. Why does this look wrong?
Okay. And for the record, Linnaeus hates clickbait, but it's fun to come up with the ridiculous titles. Agreed.
Oh, I agree there for sure.
Yeah.
That's so true. Okay. Why is this not looking? Am I doing this completely
did I do
wrong?
this right?
I did not do this right. Something is very wrong.
Oh, I see. I've got to do this twice. So this is one.
Okay.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna have to go back a page because I think I messed up.
This I'm gonna put up here. Get these out of the way. Give me some more room.
All right,
folks.
So
Don't forget to hydrate. Stay hydrated, friends.
Yo, yes, stay. Good point.
We're an hour in.
Wow, I can't believe it's already been an hour. Time disappears with this.
Right? Oh my goodness. Do you have plans for the rest of the day, Mark? Or
I have a meeting this afternoon. Teach for a game that I'm doing. For a preview next week.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm working on finishing off another Oros video for Lucky Duck,
nice.
A longer 5-minute version. And then tomorrow I'm working on this game, which the campaign actually starts. The campaign actually starts tomorrow, but my video will come on Tuesday the 19th or Thursday the 19th. Sorry.
Awesome.
So this is another Lucky Duck game. So look for this one. It's pretty neat. It's a word game, but in an adventure style.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm very excited to film this tomorrow. So
you had me at word game, my friend. I love word games.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And I'm generally not great at word games, but this one definitely appeals to me.
Cool.
So, all right, let's see if
which is actually a perfect segue. Folks, I've got, not only are we doing this monthly with Mark, but I've also got another monthly show coming out. Hopefully next week. I'm still working on the timing, but with Amanda McKnight, called Words on Wednesday. I was doing Words on Wednesday before, but now we've got a co-host, and this is where once a month we're going to be talking about comic books and graphic novels and words, right, Mark? And then we're also going to be playing word-based games digitally, so like Scrabble Online or paperback. Amanda is an amazing host. She's another super talented person. We've been talking about this for a little while now, and we met at PAX U, and we solidified our plans. So we will stay tuned for that, friends. I'm so excited about that, to have Amanda join me for that. That'll hopefully be next week or the following week.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. So
I didn't know you were into comic books too.
Yeah, I am. It's another. So it's sort of like Legos, Mark. I love comic books as a kid. But you sort of I got away from it as an adult. But once I started playing board games again, I started playing board games at my local comic book store because they had an open game night. So of course I was there every week. I was like, oh, maybe I should pick up a book or two, and I started getting back into it. And then just fell in love with it again, just sort of like I fell in love with board games.
Right. I used to in high school. I worked in a comic book store.
Oh, really?
And in my early and into my early 20s.
Cool.
So it was called The Stand, and I was always a huge comic book guy, big time. So,
do you have a favorite characters? Like I'm a Spider-Man guy. That's my jam. But
100%. Well, I have two. So I have, on a more serious note, I've got Wolverine, 100% my favorite.
Oh, nice.
And obviously, gotta love Batman and things like that. But my comedic kind of character that I love is the Tick.
The Tick. Nice.
So good. One of my all-time favorites. And he's just hilarious. And I used to like the cartoon, was so true to the comic book.
Yeah.
When my kids were little, I would quote things at them. And then finally, when they got older, I showed them the cartoon, and they were like, "Did you really steal that from me?"
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I love the Tick though. So many great moments in that book and the cartoon. Just so good.
Oh, that's great. speaking of the comedy, like my comedy, I like the Tick, but the one I really loved was Gru the Wanderer. Do you remember
Oh, I
Gru the Wanderer?
love Groot. Yes,
Oh man, the best.
so good, right?
Yeah, so funny. Am I? Oh man, I'm not
Yep.
doing this right. Okay, there's
Who
that.
other than Spider-Man, who else?
Spider-Man was a big one, and then Batman, of course.
Yes.
My
I
brother,
think
my
like Batman is the default answer, right?
yeah. You know what? Yeah, I mean, come on, it's hard. He's got the all the gadgets and stuff, and
Yep.
but of course, like story wise, Spider Man's the one for me because who hasn't been like that nerdy kid in high school, and
Sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
that always spoke to me. My
Yep.
brothers, I have two younger brothers. They were always into the
Okay.
X-Men. They were way more in the X-Men than I was. I liked them, but I was so into like Spider-Man and stuff. That was just more my
Yeah,
jam.
I definitely love the X-Men, and because Wolverine again was there.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, I was very much into the X-Men.
Nice.
But yeah, Wolverine though, definitely. I had like when I was first married, I had a stand-up cutout of Wolverine that was actually in our basement at the time. And finally, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is probably something I. And now I wish I still had it.
Right.
Because now, like, our house is full of all kinds of stuff like that, Legos, and I've got a couple arcade machines.
Yeah.
Just, I love, as far as the home arcade stuff goes, I have iArcade. Those machines are so.
Oh,
I love
nice.
that company. I love what they're doing.
Yeah.
They don't have all the classic titles that you might be used to, but they got things
Uh-huh.
like Space Invaders and Moon Patrol and a
Oh,
lot of the
wow.
shmups, a lot of the shoot 'em ups. So
Yeah, yeah.
really, and one of my favorites, Sky Shark. I love that game. So
Scott, I
they
don't
have a
remember
lot of
that
those.
one.
Yeah, it's like again the bi-wing plane.
Yeah.
So so fun. But they also, the thing about the arcade is that it'll support like modern titles, modern arcades. So they have things that
Oh.
you might have seen on Steam
Yeah,
for
yeah.
like or stuff you've gotten on your Switch that
Uh-huh.
now they're porting over to an arcade stand-up machine that you're like, wow, this plays so good this way.
That's
You know?
cool.
Yep. They
I
even have a
always wanted like
first-person shooter on the iArcade.
nice.
Yep.
So, the iArcade, I mean, it's not like a full stand-up cabinet, right? It's like
It is. It's a full
oh, it
stand-up
is.
cabinet.
Oh.
Yeah. And so I have two of them, and I did some partner show. I did a video. If you look at my Board Game Corner channel, you'll see that I did that's like the only thing I've really done on my own channel. Is I did
Okay.
a video of their original Gen 1 cabinet, which is my favorite video game as a kid was Dragon's Lair.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So they have a Dragon's Lair version, and now they
Oh
have
my
a new
gosh.
gold cab that I just got over Christmas, which is a
Wow.
Space Invaders cab. So that's upstairs, and the Dragon's Lair is in the basement, and I can put all the games that I own on both machines. So it's pretty
That's
awesome.
cool. Okay.
Yep.
That's it. I need to get a partnership with them. I want one of those in my home too.
Yeah, it's so cool. And they're
Amazing.
such a great company too. They're
Yeah.
such good people. So,
That's cool. That's always nice to hear.
and that one up has all the licenses, but some of
Yeah.
their machines, like I had the Star Wars one and I wanted it so bad, but I was
Uh-huh.
just not super thrilled with the build quality. So I
Oh,
ended up
really?
selling it. And then I got the iArcade. And
Ah,
I do wish, man, I really wanted the Star Wars one to be cool.
yeah.
But,
What was
you
it
know,
was just a low
it was
quality build.
like a floppy control. And
Ah.
it just, as you put it together, you could see it was kind of cheap in places.
Oh
And then you
no.
had to get the riser to have it even up at a normal height, which
Oh,
really annoyed me. Yeah.
yeah. That sucks.
But our one up does a lot of great stuff. It's just I like the quality and stuff of iArcade a little bit better. So
Yeah. Do you have a pinball machine in your home too, or
no, not a pinball. I have a buddy though that has a bunch of pinball machines in his house.
nice?
So, but I would maybe some point I would love
Yeah.
to have a pinball machine.
That's
Although
my dream, Mark. Yeah.
Corey
That's
Thompson, who does Dice
oh
Tower
yeah.
now, yeah,
Yeah.
he has a couple different or 3 or 4 different pinball machines. They're awesome.
Oh,
So he has
cool.
is it Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit? One of those. It's
Oh my
so cool.
gosh. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's one of my dreams. I'm a huge pinball nerd from back in the day. I love pinball.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
we were just talking about Becca and Jake and Katie. We all did was it no, it was like I think not last year but the year before. We did the triple date where we went
Oh
to this
yeah.
place, this place in LA it was a Korean barbecue restaurant and they had like 24 pinball machines. It was amazing.
Oh,
So
So cool.
yeah, we met up beforehand, and Mark, it was like they had classic pinball machines, some of the really
Yeah.
old stuff like Fireball. Like I think they had the
Oh my
Kiss pinball
gosh.
machine,
Yeah.
and they were in like perfect condition. And then they had like the new stuff too. So like I totally got hooked on the Mandalorian machine, and then
Yes, that
there's the
machine is
Iron Maiden
amazing.
machine. Oh man, it was the best. So we all hung out, we played pinball for a while, then we stuffed ourselves in Korean barbecue. It was like,
I
oh,
love it.
it was heaven. Yeah, Michelle and I had such a great time with them.
Yep. See, that's the one thing about being in Colorado that I can't do on a regular basis, which I wish.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah, you would have been
I
there
would be
right there with us.
we would be
Yeah.
doing stuff all the time. I'd call you, "Hey."
Absolutely. I'll be. Yep. I'm there. I'm down.
It would be so
Okay.
fun. But at some point, I will come out and we'll do stuff in your studio. It'd be fun.
Oh, I would love that. I would love that, my friend.
Yep.
Legends has a Dragon Lair action figure. Oh wow, I didn't know they
Yes.
had action figures. Really?
Yes. I have the dragon and his gold with the sword and the gold, but I don't have the other
Oh,
figures. I wish I would have gotten the other figures. Oh, but I didn't.
I didn't know that was a
So
thing. That's great.
yeah, it's sitting on top of my machine. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, and I've got the original iArcade didn't have like your normal marquee. Like it was
Uh-huh.
a different configuration. So I got there's an add-on that you can add to the top of a marquee, and then I put the figure on top of that. So it's pretty
Ah,
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice. Let me catch up on chat here. Let's go
Yeah,
back a little
definitely.
bit. Um, Dutch said his last stream was building box 304 for the AT-AT. I was missing a piece. Never had that
Oh,
happen before. Luckily, Lego was very quick with sending a replacement. Oh my gosh.
yes. They're generally really good about that. I've had that happen. It happened with the Falcon, and they sent
Mhm.
a replacement, but because I was in the middle of a week-long stream,
Uh-huh.
I went and found a different set and bought it, and
Oh wow.
so it had the piece that I needed to finish the stream, and then my replacement piece came the week after, but
Uh, of course.
but I did a whole video around it, like following me into the store and all that.
Nice. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Linnaeus said, talking about games again, that happens to me a lot with mechanics. I'm not a big fan of deduction, bidding, negotiation. I can appreciate that others love for those mechanics, but they just aren't for me. Yeah, same here.
Agreed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not a big party game
Yeah.
board gamer. Like I'll play some and some I like definitely.
Yeah.
But in general, that's not a go-to game style for me at
Right.
all.
No, yeah,
Um,
nothing wrong with
I
that.
prefer, the games that I enjoy the most are the big storytelling, cooperative type games.
Uh-huh.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones that I love the most. And of course, I like competitive stuff too. But the
Yeah.
ones where the thing I like about the cooperative games is that if you have a good group, then you always have conversation around what's happening in the game and what
Right.
you're doing, what we're going to do next. And I feel like, some of the deeper strategy games, I feel like I sit there in silence a lot. So
Yeah.
that's why I like the cooperative stuff so much more, because I feel like everyone is fully engaged the whole time.
Totally
So
true. Sliver says, I think the Brothers Murph do content titles wonderfully. Often, almost not, but not really clickbait, but instead totally tongue in cheek. Yeah, the
oh
Brothers Murph,
yes,
and they're some of the funniest people ever,
they're
and they do it
amazing. I
right.
love those guys.
Yeah,
They are
Nick and Mike
awesome.
are awesome.
Yep.
Okay, how's your build coming along, Mark? Mine's coming along all
I
right.
have like looks like the midsection of the two pods just about done there.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I've
So
got the midsection for mine, I believe, as well. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know. What
so
do you think? We
almost
got
bag one is
another.
I would say bag one is about 60% done.
Yeah, the same here. So why don't we do this? Why don't we finish up bag one and we'll call it a day? Is that okay?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, cool. So again, friends on YouTube and Twitch, thank you for joining us. We're gonna finish up these
Yeah.
bags, but for those who watch on Twitch, if you have any questions or comments for Mark or myself, please pop them up in the chat, and we'll be happy to discuss them.
Yeah, and speaking of the build, would folks prefer to see us take something start to finish, or would you like to see a different build in every stream?
Oh, great question. Yeah, folks, can you let's see. Let's how do we do a poll? Can we do a poll? So,
Yeah,
one
that
of my
would be
mods
awesome.
here. Yeah, that'd be great. If there's a mod in chat, if we could set up that poll. If not, I will try to do that here. Watch party. Where's a poll? Start a poll. Clip, clip. Boom. That's not it. Um,
Oh, here's a question for you. When you get a section of your Lego that says you're going to build 2 of these, do you build both simultaneously or do you build one and then go back and build the other?
Oh, I just did one. I built one and then went back and built the other. What about you?
I try to build in simultaneous.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So
So
let's
I
start
gather
a
like
poll.
okay, I need 4 of these pieces instead of 2, and then
Yeah.
I build that first step onto the, and so forth. So
Okay. Okay. So should we build something start to finish, or something new each time? Now, I had originally said, Mark, that we're going to do this monthly. Would you be up to doing it a little more frequently?
oh yeah,
Again.
I
Okay.
think definitely down for like twice a month for sure.
Okay. So let's do that. Okay. Something new every time.
And then if it's just super popular, we could even try to do it, you know, it'd be a great way to kick off every week with a Monday like this.
I would love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Start to finish or complete build, or new build each time.
24-hour Lego marathon.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get like big sets for that though.
Oh yeah, yeah. Death Star. That's the one. I swear that's like my bucket list right there. I want to build a Death Star.
The Death Star. That would be awesome. See, that would be, if we did that, we should plan that I come out there or something to do it together. That would
yeah.
So
yeah.
Like if we built, let's say one that would work really well would be like the Titanic, because the Titanic, you can build each section independently.
That's right. Yeah. That Titanic one looks awesome, by the way.
I know, so cool.
It's so ginormous.
Have you looked at some of the lighting kits for these sets?
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah. I really want to get that lighting kit for R2D2. I've not gotten that
me
yet.
too. I want to get the one that has all the sound effects too. The lighting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man, how's this?
Have you played around with the Lego Build app on your like iPad or whatever you have?
I have not. No, have you?
Oh my gosh. So if it's not all the sets are this way, but a lot of sets they have built into the app. If it's not built into the app, then it's just a PDF. But if it's built in, then it does all these cool, you can rotate stuff, you can zoom in, it highlights things for you. And the instruction set is so cool to build that way. It's pretty awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Yeah, you just mess around with it on the iPad, right?
Yep.
Cool.
I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but yeah, it's
okay. The poll has ended. People saying they want a complete build on stream.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's easy enough. We'll put this to the side and just come back to it then.
Yeah. So we'll finish bag 1, and then we have the other bags to do next time.
Yep.
Cool. Okay. So.
And you said you have 3 bags?
1, 2. Yes, 3 bags. What about you?
So maybe I should build like bag 2, so then I have 2 bags left over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
So we're building at the same rate.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so yours is like about 200 pieces more than mine, right? It was like 6 something.
Exactly.
And then mine's like 4 something. Okay, cool.
Yep. And I can take some, like, what we could do is, since it won't stream, I'll take some pictures along the way and then we could show them.
Oh, that would be great. Awesome. Thank you, Mark. Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah, to see the progress and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool.
I love that in the PDF or the books, how you have to kind of really observe the step and say, oh, that's where all those new pieces go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like that.
It's like, again, my background as a technical writer. These Lego build books are some of the greatest, seriously, ever. I mean, they're language independent, and that is so like not easy to do, and
exactly.
I have so much respect for what they've done here.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah. So anyone working for Lego, we'd be happy to be sponsored by y'all. Let us know.
Yes, we would. It would be so awesome.
Wasn't it though? I would love that.
Yeah, because I got to do so many fun giveaways. And heck, we should try to do that anyway, but that
we got to make that happen.
Yep.
Okay, this is going here. Oh, okay. Gotta get this one.
I messed up really bad on like that step 10. So
Oh
I fixed,
no.
I mean, it's all
You fix
fixed,
it?
but
Okay.
I had to go back several steps and just make sure I didn't. It's so bad.
Scary.
And again, I think it's because of chatting and building. You don't,
Oh
you're
yeah,
not, you know,
absolutely. It's like, anytime you live stream something like a board game or whatever, you're not 100%,
no, definitely.
Yeah.
And even games that I've played a bunch, I'll
Yeah,
sit there and I'll be like,
totally.
oh yeah, I totally did that wrong.
Yep, totally. Slivers wants a 24-hour Lego marathon hype.
Yeah.
Boston Meeple, thank you. This is so great to listen to while I'm working. Awesome. Thank you,
Yeah,
Boston
that's awesome.
Meeple. Appreciate that.
That's so cool.
Legend says, I had a pinball machine as a kid in my room, but it didn't work. But it was there because my dad owned an arcade with 5 pinball machines and a dozen video games. Oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
That would have been my dream as a kid. Like, oh, I want to hang out with someone that owns an arcade.
Oh my gosh, right? I was such an arcade kid, big time.
I was really excited because I had an uncle who owned a video store. Friends, again, we're aging ourselves a bit here, but there was a time, before Blockbuster, even if you remember Blockbuster, even that's old now, but you would rent videos like VHS or even beta tapes, and before there were DVDs, there was no Netflix. You had to literally go inside a store and pick out a videotape to rent for them.
And it was an event, though, right?
Yeah, it was huge.
Yeah, I do miss that part of it, right? Because it was the equivalent of like going to a theater. But here you would go and you would grab a bag of popcorn while walking around the store. You would look at all the different available movies. It was really like this big to do. Hey, we're going to, you might go to dinner. Then you go to the video store, spend an hour maybe even, and just find something new to watch. And generally, it was like a Friday, right? So you would go, and you probably would rent 2 or 3 movies to have over the weekend.
Right. But, that's so true. I would love to do that. Where go to the last Blockbuster on Earth. There's still one in Oregon, I believe it is.
Yep.
I would love to visit.
Did you watch the Blockbuster show on Netflix?
I did not. No.
It's interesting. I'm not.
Is it?
I can't say that I disliked it. I'm just not sure about it. But I know they didn't get renewed, so it didn't do very well.
Got it.
So, but I mean, I didn't dislike it. It just they had some pretty funny parts in general, but
yeah, I'd heard about it, but I just never got around to watching it. You know what? One thing I got to shout out, Michelle and I, we finally watched Ted Lasso.
Oh, you did?
Oh my goodness, Mark, that was one of my all-time favorite shows ever. Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah,
like, I was blown away by how good it was. It was. I didn't expect. I didn't. Our daughter Lauren had raved about it, and Michelle and I, we'll check it out sometime. But over the holiday, we finally did, and we couldn't stop watching it. It was such a lovely show.
Yep, I loved how just it had this positive vibe to it.
Yeah, it was like, okay, so it's like the character in The Simpsons, Ned Flanders.
Yes,
it's like a real life Ned Flanders almost.
Yes, totally.
Right?
Yeah,
nothing but positivity.
I love it.
It's just so funny. Like, I don't want to spoil anything for those who haven't watched it, but please, if you haven't watched it, folks, I mean, I highly recommend it. One of the all-time great shows.
Fully agree.
Yeah.
And I don't know, are you a big video game guy too?
Not the biggest video game guy. I mean, pretty much my video game experience started and ended in the 80s. So, yeah, that's pretty much my extent.
So I've definitely been all on like Atari, PS all the way up to PS5 and Xbox X now. So, but last night they started The Last of Us, which is based on that video game.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, it is so good.
I've been hearing a lot of things about that. So is it? I mean, it's scary. Is it scary? Like,
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
It's gonna get darker, but nice. It's a really the world they captured the story from the video game and just nailed it in the show. There's even scenes that are like shot for shot in the from the game. So
cool. Nice.
But like, you don't have to know the game to watch it though, because
I was just gonna ask.
they
Yeah.
do the full setup, the full story that you would have encountered in the game. So
Yeah. Oh, cool. That's neat to hear. I love when they can capture, a world like that,
yep.
in a show like that. Linnaeus is taking off. Thank you, Linnaeus. Appreciate you hanging out.
Yeah.
Good to see you here.
Yeah. Thanks
And
for being
Bonds,
here.
and our friend Bonds is here. I'd be down to do a Lego weekend for TLN. Oh, that would be so much fun.
That
Yeah.
would be
Fishy
awesome.
Fishy is here as well. Thank you, Fishy. Good to see you here. And yeah, we're finished up bag one. I'm doing the TIE Fighter. Mark is doing the TIE Bomber. And we're going to do bag one. And the next time we will be doing bags 2 and 3. He's actually got another bag he's going to finish off camera, though.
Yeah. So we kind of match up.
Yeah. This goes here.
Yep. I'm kind of digging the fact that we're going to build different things.
I like that too. Yeah.
Yep. So the only thing we should try to coordinate on is, approximate count of pieces.
Yeah. It makes more sense because like we're close here. It's like 400 and 600, but if one of us is doing like a 400, the other's doing like 1,000. I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, that's going to be a bit much.
Yeah. Melissa Sings is here. Thank you, Melissa Sings, for joining us. Good to see you here. Yeah. For those of you just joining us, I normally play board games here on the stream, but I couldn't pass up our opportunity to work with Mark. Mark Streed is an amazing human being. Thank you again for joining me today, Mark.
Oh yeah, thanks for including me.
I think we're gonna be doing a little bit more of this in the near future, which is great.
I think it'll be so fun.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited because I used to do a fair amount of Lego stuff.
Yeah.
And now I've been, toying with, I haven't really done any streaming on Twitch. So the fact that you gave me this opportunity, I'm just super excited. So
yeah, so I'm going to ask, do you see some Twitch streaming in your near future on your channel?
Yeah, I think it's possible for sure. I would love to do something around, and even on the Dice Tower if Tom approves it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it would be fun. It would be fun to do things like an unboxing of the way I get prototypes and show a prototype out of the box. Pulling it first time out of the box, things like that could be pretty interesting, I think. So
absolutely,
we'll see. Though we'll see. I'm always down to do something different. I was very excited that I got to do my first top 10 for previews. So I've been doing them for like 4 years, and this was the first year I got to do a top 10 of the previews that I did in 2022. So it was just a ton of fun to do.
Yeah, it's a lot of work too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, a lot. It's a lot of work. But I love it too because it's just this free form of me talking. I don't have to really.
Yeah.
I'm not stepping through the game. I'm just talking about it in general.
Yeah.
And
a lot less scripted, right?
Yeah, a lot less scripted. And really, in all my videos, I only script the intro, the story part. The main objective. So I script that part just so I nail it for the publisher. And then after that, it's just me in general talking about the game. And that's my whole tact, is that I'll script this part because I love to do in a world where board games are king. I love to do that. So
nice. Yeah.
So I'll do that whole scripted theme and objective. And then I just go into, so this is what kind of a general setup looks like. And of course, with like most games, based on player count, you'll have various setups and so forth. And then I just kind of jump into general talk about how you play. And you're like, oh, you have these actions, and you have these actions. And, I try to keep it more general because as prototypes, things might change. So I try to keep it a little bit higher level. I don't want it to be a how to play at all. And obviously it's not a review. It's just, I think I've told you this, but what I really want these videos to feel like is that, hey, I played a game last night. I'm just going to tell you about it. You know?
Yep. That's right. And that's, it feels more natural, and it's just, by the way, I want to say, Melissa Sings, thank you for the raid. I'm so focused on working here on the Lego that I forgot to acknowledge we were raided, and awesome. Thank you so much. And raiders, welcome. I play board games here on my channel, and every now and then we do fun tabletop adjacent things like building Legos, and I am very honored to be joined by my friend Mark Streed from the Dice Tower. He is a fellow Lego fan, and we're having a good time.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is so fun.
Yeah,
this is definitely a great way to start off a busy week. I love it.
Right? Yeah. I know I've got actually today is my tax day. Michelle and I have our tax appointment today, so
Oh
I need to.
yes.
Yep, exactly. Ugh, I got to go see our tax guy and
I'm
do that thing.
so not excited about
Yeah,
that.
never. It's never a good time. Well, it is what it is. You got to do it, But
Yeah,
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 it's
and we've got a great guy that helps us, and we have a worksheet to go through. So
yep,
that's the part that I don't like is
yeah,
pulling everything together.
yep. Cool. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate you. Have a good meal, my friend.
That's awesome.
I've got to build this now. How is this? What in the heck? Oh, okay. Get these here. This is here.
Oh, you know what? I was going to bring to the stream my
Huh.
giant TIE fighter. I'll have to do that next time.
Oh yeah, want to see? Yeah. So Mark's got what line is that called? It's like a special
It's the
line of
UCS, I believe they call them.
UCS. That's right. The ultimate,
Yeah,
right? The ultimate.
Ultimate Collectors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That I would like to see.
4 of those. Okay,
Here.
3, 4.
And then these pieces, which I have in my little X trays, go right.
Oh,
here.
see, if I had an X tray, however, I won't spoiler. An X tray is coming to me, so I can't wait.
Yes. Yeah, these are great. Michelle and I. And so Michelle is actually, I bought her the botanical line of Legos where they have like plants and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I bought
Those
her
are
a set
awesome.
of the succulents, so she has that,
Oh,
and she's got them all like organized in the X-rays. She's still building it, but yeah, I
that's
can't
so
wait to see
cool.
how those come out. Those are really neat.
Yeah, I have friends who, when they build, they separate every piece into the same like piece. They open all the bags, they
Oh,
separate, and I'm like, okay, I just want to go bag by bag.
that's how I do it. Yeah, that's like I think that's like advanced mode right there. What your friends are
Yeah,
doing. Like I'm
it
okay
just
with just doing by the bags.
yeah. I just because also I don't know how far I can get, right? So I don't want to open a
Yeah,
bunch of stuff if I can't just keep building.
yeah,
So
exactly. Okay, this goes on top here. Ooh, getting a little closer to this.
yeah, I'm down to the last few pieces here.
Oh, nice. I still got a little bit here. This goes here.
And I'm sure the thing that always kills me about these builds is that, okay, I have like 4 pieces left. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Because we're gonna have like I have an extra piece for Vader's helmet.
Yeah.
I've got an extra gun. I've got an extra lightsaber hilt.
Yeah, that's
So
always
those
scary.
are they're like, wait a minute, what did I miss?
Oh man, it looks like I missed a piece too. Oh no,
Oh man, I
that's
know
not
that
good.
feeling.
Oh no, I do not. Was this okay? No, it was okay. That was on me. I put it on the wrong side. Because that
I
should
thought I
be
was
like.
missing a piece for a minute, but instead it's steps 1, 2. I'm thinking 2 pieces. No, it's
Ooh,
just 1.
I had put a piece or a couple of pieces one notch below where they should be.
Oh, that's
Ooh, okay, that
worst.
could have been a
Because
critical
by the time
mistake.
you get higher up in the build, you'll be like, oh man, that makes a big difference.
Yep. Yeah, and I just that would have really hosed me right there. But thankfully, found the mistake. That goes there. Cool.
Okay.
It's funny how like you're just focused on doing all the things, and when you step back and just look at things for a second, it's like, oh, this really does look like a TIE fighter or whatever you're trying to
Yes,
build.
exactly. It's starting to really shape up. Like I can
Yeah.
see the 2 sections of the ship
Yep.
already.
Love it.
I love, and the thing about building Legos for me is that obviously I like the end product, but it's this huge cathartic, I just feel so relaxed and it's just so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. By the way, hi, board game Bree. Bree is here from Lucky
Hey,
Duck. Good to see you here,
how's it
Bree.
going, Bree?
Yeah, I when Michelle and I got into it last year, into Legos, we said a very similar thing. We just felt so good afterwards, and it
Yeah,
really was cathartic. It's just
yep,
this really
really is.
pleasant, like building. We do jigsaw puzzles as well. It's
Yeah,
very
cool.
satisfying. Yeah,
Yeah. Again, another great use of a board game table.
yeah, we actually end up buying one of those like the jigsaw puzzle like trays, so we can
Oh yeah,
it
great,
has
cool,
drawers and stuff. Yeah, I love that thing.
nice.
Yeah. You do jigsaw puzzles, Mark?
Not so much. My wife
Okay.
does. She loves them,
Yeah.
and my daughters, they like them.
Nice.
But I figure
I,
I've got Legos. Legos is a puzzle. So
it totally is. Yeah. Ooh, I'm getting closer here. Exciting.
yeah. I'm on step 49.
How fun is that? I am on step 49 as well.
That's awesome.
Perfect
It's
timing,
like we
man.
planned it. It's
Yeah.
like we planned it.
We are pros. Let me tell you that. We are
That's totally
professionals at
true.
this. Oh, man. Okay, so that goes there.
Okay. Flip it back over.
Step 50. You got this. Oh, we gotta flip it over.
Yep. Mine was a flip over as well.
Nice. These go here.
Now, where does this go?
I was about to say the exact same thing. Where the heck does this go?
Found it. All right. Oh, that's it. Step 50 was my last step.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm getting close.
So, and then here's my leftover pieces.
You got leftover pieces. Okay.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 6 pieces. Makes me worry.
Always
Especially when one of them is a screen printed piece. It is a tiny piece, so
Oh.
they may be putting extras in.
Okay.
So
yeah, that does make me nervous.
yeah, big time. But I'm looking over stuff. It looks done. It looks correct.
Okay. Whoops. Yeah, that looks okay. This is gonna go
here. And of
here.
course, the 2 minifigs that I built.
Nice. So that is done there. That's done there. Okay, almost. I got this. I got this. Thing in the middle. Getting close to being finished with the main.
That is 100%. I agree, 100%, Bree. Yep, it's something just so relaxing about it.
Yep.
Legos.
There's that, and that. Let me get this piece here, which is going to go this way. Yay. Almost done. 2 more steps.
Nice.
So this is...
So what was your final step in bag one? Mine was 50.
59.
59, wow.
Yeah. So this piece is going to go here.
So mine is like the bottom half of the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you see here, mine's the cockpit and everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
So that goes like that. And then we snap this piece in. Where's this go? Oh, okay, over here. And then we're on to bag 2 next time, friends. Wow.
Next time.
All right. So, we did it, Mark. We
did it.
So I can end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 extra pieces.
5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not too
6
bad.
for me.
There's my mini. Got another mini for the next bag that we'll be building, but that's the I've got my main TIE Fighter pilot right there.
Nice.
I like the wood grain that you have there. Maybe I should go
Yeah,
there. This is how I usually do board games, is just the flat black, but maybe I'll do that. I like that look.
I love this mat from this is from Game Toppers. My studio. So in my studio, I have a Game Toppers and various mats, so I can change out the theme every time I do a game to make it kind of fit and so forth. So then upstairs, our dining room table is a game theory table. So
awesome, cool.
Yeah, so we have a couple options and stuff because obviously this is usually set up for filming. Yeah. So I don't get to use it for playing as much. So we've got the other table for playing. So.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's wrap things up, Mark. I'm going to go to, let's wrap things up. Let me
switch back to our other view.
Let's go to this other view here. Whoop. And oh, we got a nice view. There it is. So friends, thank you for watching. This has been
Yes.
Maker Monday with Mark and Ruel. Appreciate you hanging in and watching us build Legos. We'll be back next time to finish out our builds of the TIE Bomber and TIE Fighter. Be sure to click the like and subscribe button below, and check out Mark's links in the show notes as well. And
Yes.
Mark, any final words before we get out of here?
Tomorrow Coal Baron releases, so go
Nice.
check that out. A new preview. It's an older game that gets a new coat of paint, so it's the second edition, and they did a fantastic job. It looks beautiful. So that's my current video. So definitely check out all the great stuff at the Dice Tower. So
Yeah.
many great videos, so many great people.
Agreed. Okay, and that'll do it for me. Be sure to also check the show notes for join our Discord, folks. Come on over, hang out with the Fam Bam on Discord. Got all kinds of stuff where we talk about board games, Legos, and a lot more. All right, until next time, we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.